Welcome our computer communicator and computer leader, lead the week. Go forward. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. Without further delay, I would like to call upon our first evaluator for Chloe Ma, Mr. Ken Code, Advanced Competence Silver, Advanced Leader Bronze.
Toastmaster Chloe, from your first speech last year, the way you shared your thoughts, hobbies, your ideas towards the audience, it somehow today, this day, your final speeches really inspire all the audience with a very clear and precise message. Age doesn't matter. Really surprised to me that you're a dancer because I never expected that. So you will have a very good element of surprise and inspiration and the true values that you want to share with us. The way that you crafted this very inspirational speech is a very good chronological structure, very good difficulties that you face, very good relevant characters, the coach, your students or your friends. That makes it very interesting because all of them are developing themselves, they are developing your character to inspire the audience. You have a very interesting phrase I pick up, it's like ugly duckling, because this is like a very interesting quote that all of us here may manage to take home when the moment you start out the speech. Good take home message which is not about age or talent, it's more about the effort. So in the end, your speech there is a very specific purpose in it. So Chloe, a great job, well done. I sense a lot of emotion and rapport inside the speech to inspire the audience. Now I'm going to give you a bit of inspiration here to help you to become an exceptional dancer in the future. Now, in your introduction, there's a bit confusion, or there's a bit, I can say, off track a bit, because you're sharing a bit of this, like a few scientists, they struggle so hard to become success. What I can share to you is that you can actually share about a few dancers who struggle so hard, go through a lot of difficulties, or some injuries, or some discrimination, but in the end, they become an exceptionally good dancer. Perhaps Michael Jackson, he practiced so hard that one day he proved to a lot of people that Black American here can inspire the world. So a few very relevant dancers, much impactful. That's the first thing. Second thing is, I want to see more I want to see you share more challenges that age doesn't matter. Because in your body of the speech, you share a lot like you get scolded by your teacher. But does the teacher really scolded by you because you're too old or you're not capable? Share about all these like common psychology, people thinking that if they are too old, they might feel discriminated, they may feel embarrassment. But what are the transition? What is the thing that they want to inspire? What is the thing that you want to inspire the audience? How do you overcome this age doesn't matter, this barrier? So all of us here have a very good solution that you share with all of us. Age doesn't matter. Today, you really inspire all of us here with a very good take-home message. I do take advice from you that today, me myself, although I'm very young, but I try to do as much as I can to excel as much as I can to be a better leader and not a better dancer also, to be a better coach in the future. Back to you.
Thank you. Advanced Competent Silver, Advanced Leader Bronze, Kenko. Now the second evaluator for Go Chi Yong is Kwang, Distinguished Toastmaster Kwang Ngan Eng. May I invite her please?
Thank you, General Evaluator. Chi Yong, today is your conclusion speech, your graduation speech. For your speech, the title was a good title you have chosen. What excellence means. And that title alone already gave us some message that you are going to share with us, something about excellence. So in that case, you have used your own personal stories with the Toastmaster's journey to tell us how you have gone through the process and coming up to where you are now and working towards a distinguished Toastmaster in the near future. What I like about this speech here is your story is very personal. It connects with everyone in the audience because it's a Toastmaster story, and every one of us here are Toastmasters. So we understand the journey, and you have actually gone through how you have not done well until where you have achieved at this moment, even though you are not there yet. What I would like to suggest is for you, the word excellence. I find that in your speech you did not mention a lot about the word excellence, and actually the story that you told us didn't actually bring out the excellence you. That's what I felt. And the use of quotes, I thought would be able to help you add impact to your story. Use of quotations. And in fact, there are lots of quotations that you can borrow. Of course, when you use quotations, you must say, so and so says, this is excellence means what? I remember there was one quote by Dana Lamont, if I'm not mistaken. He says, excellence is doing better today than yesterday. So quotes like this actually add impact. It means what is excellence. So even though you have not achieved anything, but you are improving, so that is excellent. I find that your conclusion is rather weak for an inspirational speech. You need a strong conclusion. Emphasize on excellence. And emphasize, one of the ways is again to use quotes. For this subject, quotes is very useful. All in all, I think your speech has got some inspiration, but I feel that it can be better. Congratulations on your graduation speech. Thank you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Kwang Ani. Now, before I continue on, let's give a standing ovation to Mr. Chu Oh Chin Yong and Chloe Mar for their last. So it is a tradition of the Toastmaster in every Toastmasters Club. We give a standing ovation for the first virgin speech and the last conclusion speech. That means they are beginning, they are ending, but not yet quite ending. They are beginning their journey to the next level. Alright? Now, moving on is, may I invite distinguished Toastmaster Dr. William Lau for his evaluation of competent communicator, Dr. Ravi.
Now, Dr. Ravi, you have chosen a very difficult subject, reprimanding the temperamental staff. Now, let us look at the objective. The objective of this assignment are quite tricky actually, because it requires you to display your positive technique in trying to overcome this temperamental stuff in the person of Dr. Luki. Now, first and foremost is you started off the evaluation by stating the 3 complaints of the student. 1, scolding them. Then number 2, for walking around during the evaluation. And thirdly is lacking clarity in the delivery of his lecture. Now, you have got to be very careful when you deal with this type of complaint. You have got to delve deeper in the way and to establish the specific issues that the student complain about. Because whenever they complain, there's always the subjective issue behind it. So therefore, as a leader, you have got to find out more. Can you be more specific? When did the student complain that they were scolded? How did he scold them? can you please elaborate, find out more about the background? Secondly, felt intimidated. Now, how do you feel intimidated when somebody is walking around? Now, if Chloe is working out in the box, I stand behind her, she will feel intimidated. But if she is walking around, I don't see how, that the student will feel intimidated. Then thirdly is lacking clarity. Now, this again, because you are going to tell your peer, you lack clarity in your lecturing. Now, in what way am I lacking clarity? Can you be more specific? Are you telling me they are not capable? I'm a PhD, so you got caught there. You don't know how to go about it. Secondly, I would have thought that you could use the technique like the sandwich method. The sandwich method. Yes, you have been working very positively for the last 3 years, and there have been very, very little complaint about you. You were punctual, this and that. However, I could suggest the sort of sandwich method. Or, especially when you deal with adults, the best is to use empathetic approach. If I were in your position, I feel the same as you would have felt. Why not do this? Then you suggest. So that would be a very good, most positive way of tackling this issue. Now then I would suggest that in this sort of situation, the best is when you, having this situation, you have got to appraise with praise. Now find very little of praise. Instead of don't take it seriously, you laugh it off. You have got to be very serious because it's a serious situation that demands serious action. So you cannot turn away and laugh it off. You cannot. So therefore, you shouldn't use those words. Please don't take it for granted. Please come from that. So you push it. So I think all in all, with this suggestion, I'm sure you can improve this. The power of praising with praise. Back to you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Dr. William Lau. Now, may I have your attention?